Hello everybody, this is Artemis, and I thought I would maybe put out a video again after a while. Because I keep saying like, Unka bunka, I'm going back to content creation, and I never do. I had a great time streaming back when it was still, I think, COVID mostly, and after that as well. It's not that I have a disdain for the streaming stuff I did. It's just more so that it got away from me and it started to become less of the fun project it started out as and more so a job. I told you this before in another video, but I started dreading the idea of having to stream, and I started just thinking like, oh man, and I hope I hit the hour mark, and so I quit. And I said like, oh, maybe I'll do pre-recorded content, and I never did. When I finished art school a few years ago, I started a new education. And it's hard. It's college. And I am very busy. And on top of that, I'm also working a part-time job to simply be able to afford rent. So here I am again, talking about content creation for the umpteenth time. I love drawing still, and I always will probably. I am still behind the scenes working on a lot of stuff, even when I don't post a lot. I always have work in progress standing open for me to continue working on. But the truth is that honestly, even drawing has been hard for me lately, even if I do it for myself, because I barely do it for myself to begin with. I always think like, oh, I haven't posted anything lately. I should really make something. And then I look on Pinterest and I find something and I'm like, oh man, I should make fan art with this because like then people will see it. But then I'll be like, oh, but I really, really don't want to make fan art. I want to draw something original. And then I reconnected with an old friend of mine. Partially. And they are actually hosting the project I'm working on right here, which is their Draw This in Your Style challenge, because they recently hit 1K on Instagram, which I am very proud of them, and they make stellar art. Just look at the references I picked together. But they're working on a game, a visual novel, and I'm so excited for the demo. I will 100% play it and rave on it on Blue Sky if you're interested. But you should also definitely go follow them. Their name is linked to the beginning and the end of this video. And if you follow them on Blue Sky, they're also available on Instagram, which is the place they hit 1K on. So maybe go follow them on there as well. But yes, these are the type of projects I've been doing lately. Either art of my characters that I sometimes don't even end up posting, or it's art that I really feel like doing. And that's what this is. This is their character, Mel. He is, from what I know, a guard to someone. It's not out yet, but I am gonna find out, and I'll update y'all when I do. And I just knew I had to do this challenge because it's actually the one that got me into art, crazily enough. If I hadn't met them in high school, I might have never started digital art or drawing. And I just knew. And even again, just by looking at their art and making this piece, I have once again improved marginally. I don't know why, but for this piece, suddenly something about digital painting clicked for me. I am so happy with how this turned out, and it's been a while since I made a portrait as well. I've been doing a lot of full body art, so I'm so happy that like this portrait turned out the way it did. Even though I might have liked to make the shadows a little more heavy, but you'll see that in the end. But it made me happy to draw. I made this in one sitting, believe me or not. It's like I started in the afternoon, and before I knew it, I missed dinner. And I love that. Not the missing dinner part, I was really fucking hungry. But I was so in the zone working on this, and sometimes I'll just have pieces like that where I'm just working on it and I'll be at school and I'm like, oh, I want to work on that piece. And that's what I started doing art for, and lately I noticed that I started slipping back into the mindset of doing art because I wanted to post something on Blue Sky. I've completely left Twitter, especially with the, again, Ghibli wave of AI and shit, Ghibli, whatever. I am happy I left. It's not a fun it's not a fun platform. But also, there's not fun people. There is fun people on there. Don't get me wrong. Some people cannot move, and I know why. So I'll check in on there occasionally, but most of the time, I actually don't even post my shit to Twitter anymore. I mostly just keep it to Blue Sky. I'm thinking about maybe doing Instagram stuff again. I used to do Instagram back in the day before I found that Twitter was the place to be. Which was actually told to me by a Dutch artist I have been following for a long time that I got to meet at a networking event, and she's so sweet. Her name is Siren. And yeah, she's just a very cool person. Love her. You could look her up. But then I switched to Twitter, and I know Instagram is not doing very well right now either with meta AI and shit. But I don't know. Blue Sky or YouTube Shorts, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And Shorts always feel so much more curated and edited than Instagram Reels do. But I don't know. Maybe I'll switch. I'll see. But for now, I'm mostly planning on doing what I have been doing. Just posting shit when I feel like it. I am pretty active on Blue Sky. I didn't make a lot of art, but I feel like I have been more productive than the last few months of 2024. But that's also mostly because I've been drawing stuff I want to draw. And that makes me want to finish it, and also makes me like the finished result more. I don't see myself going back to streaming. Maybe sometimes. But the last few times that I streamed, it just didn't hit the same as it used to. And gaming is something I barely have time for, just like art. But that also kind of made it become hard to make a stream where I'm gaming because I don't feel like drawing on stream, but then I would rather be drawing, so I cut off my stream. It's a complicated thing I'm looking at, and mostly, as I said, I'm just very busy, and I don't see that changing anywhere in the foreseeable future. So I don't know if content creation is where it's at for me, but I will keep posting to the internet, and I will keep doing my art, and I will keep doing my occasional videos, because I like the idea of leaving something behind. And actually, when I was making this drawing, at some point my brain just kind of went like, oh, holy shit, this is a thing I can do. I could draw. That's just a thing I can do. Out of free will. And I feel like I should do that more. So I've been doing that, and writing, and reading. And reading. And it's refreshing. I love that I'm doing more art. The writing is also going great, but it's a little harder on what I can and cannot share, because it partially has to do with Artemis lore, but then it also is turning into its own novel, so there will be like the Artemis lore version and the novel version of characters and storylines and stuff. So I'm still thinking about what to share on that and what I won't share on that. But I am doing plenty of work behind the scenes of a creative basis. Mostly, I'm just trying to have fun again, testing shit out, because I don't get to do it in college anymore. As in, when I was in art school, I could bend my projects to my will, and kind of make it fit me. For example, my Artemis 3.0 debut was my full illustration exam. I did that for school because I could, and now school is just a lot harder to mix with what I like to do for illustration. So, mostly what I'm just saying is, fucking rad character. Loved drawing this. Turned out great. I am happy. I will continue making art that makes me happy. And I will leave you to watch the rest of this sweet Speedpaint in silence. Thank you so much for listening me ramble, and maybe I'll see you on the flip side. Adieu.